Welcome, Tailgate Legends, to Week 14. Uh, it has been a wild year, just like every other year. The weeks go by really fast. We have an additional week this year, still flew by. We have some really tight races. It's been a really fun year. It's shaping up, like the greaser said, it's shaping up to be a really good weekend. Fantasy wise, um, for today's video, I am only going to go through standings and next week's matchups. I'm going to give a little more in-depth analysis to the games that matter. I think there's a couple that really make no difference, but most of the games have really big implications. So, yeah, just going to kind of go through that. So, to start, league standings. In the other division, we have Sam & Co. and UFant Touch This both at 9 and 4. Sam & Co. and UFant Touch This. So Sam must have beaten him twice. Let me look at the schedule real quick, because Lemke is beating those guys by like less than a point in points for, so it can't be that. I'm just kind of going through the schedule here. I probably should have had this ready, but I didn't. Yeah, so week 3, Sam & Co. beat Lemke, and then week... give me just 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, and then Sam & Co. beat UFan Touch This in week 11 too. So that's huge. So just kind of looking at the standings, that means that in order for Lemke to get the bye week, Lemke has to win and Sam & Co. has to lose in order for Lemke to get the bye week. So Sam & Co., they own the head-to-head tiebreaker. So after that, in the division, we have both Ricky 2000 and Herb Your Enthusiasm. I like your name change, Burns. Both at 7 and 6. I believe. Oh, I gotta look at this. I gotta look at the head-to-head matchup. Ricky 2000 and Herb Your Enthusiasm played. Okay, so Burns beat him in week 5. Oh, they had the back-to-back, and then Roofer beat him in week 6 in the back-to-back, week 5 and week 6. So that's really cool. So this gets really interesting because they are separated by 1 point. 1.14 points is what they're separated by. And the next after head-to-head, it would be points for. So if they both win or they both lose, it's going to come down to who scored more points this week. So they're both 7 and 6. Whoever wins, and has the most points is going to make the playoffs, and the other team is not going to make the playoffs. So it is coming down to the last game. They have a 1 point of separation. They have a tied head-to-head record. So that is super fun. That's awesome. And then after that, we have Cheeseheads with Attitude at 4 and 9. He can't do anything this week. Nothing matters other than he can win $10 for high score. And then Evan Shearer, he has clinched the first round bye in the Turd Bowl. So Evan is guaranteed a top 4 pick. So congratulations, Evan. In the other division, in our division, we have Gar, Mr. Fist, and me, both at 10 and 3. So Gar beat me, I think, in like week 4 or 5. It was whenever fucking Patrick Mahomes threw 3 touchdowns to Tyreek Hill. It was like the last good game that either of them fucking had. So Gar beat me, but I have him in points. So we have a tied record, and we play each other this week. So it comes down to whoever wins. Points are not going to matter. Whoever wins this week gets the first round bye. The other team will be playing the Greasers in round 1 next week. Greasers are at 8-5. They can't move anywhere. They are playing for $10 high score this week. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Prusky, they actually play each other. They're both at 5-8. Neither of them can do anything this week. They're both out of the playoffs. They'll be playing each other next week in the Turd Bowl. And then Pump and Munch at 3-10. He is guaranteed a first round bye. I do not have, or I have his first round pick, sorry. I have his first round pick, so I am guaranteed a top 4 pick. So that is nice. So let's break down the matchups a little bit here. The first one I'm going to go through is Cheeseheads with Attitude against Shearer. If you go to live scoring, I'm just going to go from left to right for the games. So we had the Steelers and the Vikings play already. Deontay Johnson got Landon 12.3. Evan still has all of his players to go. So we have Ryan Tannehill against Derek Carr. I got to take Tanny. And then Ty Johnson, Samaje Perine against Devontae Freeman, Sony Michel. Sony Michel's actually a good play. Evan's got David Montgomery. And then Landon's got Deontay Johnson, Hunter Renfrow, Traquan Smith against Cole Beasley and Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton's against the Lions, though. So, and then Higbee against Uzama. I am going to take Landon in this one, but I think it'll be close. Again, the game doesn't matter. Both these teams have solidified their spots, this week, so for the rest of the year. So, all right. Next, we have You Fan't Touch This against Herb Your Enthusiasm Burns. Burns has to win, and he has to outscore Roofer in order to make the playoffs. Lemke has to win, and he needs Sam and Co to lose to get the first round bye. So, again, we had the Steelers playing the Vikings. I'm going to break this matchup down one by one, position by position, and we'll take a look at it. We have Dak Prescott against Washington, and then Justin Herbert against the Giants. Now, I think Mike Williams is going to play, but I don't think Keenan Allen is going to play this week, that's pretty big. So the Giants' defense is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Washington's defense is I mean, this could be a wash. This really might be a wash here. But if I were a betting man, I would probably bet on Dak Prescott having a better game, especially if Tony Pollard doesn't play. Ezekiel Elliott is not the same running back that he's been. So I think Dak Prescott's going to throw the ball a lot. Justin Herbert, they can both kind of be hit or miss. Justin Herbert probably has the higher ceiling over Dak Prescott, but he probably also has a lower floor. So we'll see how that plays out. Next, we have Nick Chubb against Dalvin Cook. So Nick Chubb plays the Ravens, and Dalvin Cook already played and got 43 fucking points for Burns. Big start. Really, really, really good start for him. I got to go Dalvin Cook here. I mean, Nick Chubb against the Ravens, he's got to outscore Dalvin Cook. And when I play fantasy football, I really try to, obviously I try to field my optimal lineup, but I always go like matchup, you know what I mean? Who can my player beat his player one-on-one? So I'm looking at Dalvin Cook against Nick Chubb right now. Nick Chubb cannot beat Dalvin Cook, which means Lemke is going to need other players to step up and outscore Burns' players. So Nick Chubb, he's projected for 17 according to the site. Projections are shit, though. If Nick Chubb can get him 20 to 25, probably going to need it because you're going to have to make up the 18 points somewhere else if you get 25. So then we have Marquise Brown against Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett's against the Texans, and then Marquise Brown is against the Browns. So I'm probably going to go Tyler Lockett there. He could outscore Marquise Brown by 20, and he could outscore him by 2. I don't know, but Tyler Lockett, I'm going to give the edge there. Then we have Stephon Diggs against KJ Osborne. KJ Osborne already got 18 points, which is huge because to get a good game out of probably your worst player, maybe your worst player, that's huge. It's huge. And then Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs, can he score 18 points? Yes. He's playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I would put money on Stephon Diggs outscoring KJ Osborne and getting more than 18 points. So I'm going to take Stephon Diggs there. Then we have Mike Evans. He goes up against Buffalo. And then Burns has Emmanuel Sanders going up against Tampa Bay. I am obviously going Mike Evans here. Emmanuel Sanders has not done anything in 2 months. So Mike Evans, to make up what Dalvin Cook did, it's probably going to come down to what Mike Evans can do. And then we have double tight ends on both teams. We got Travis Kelce against George Kittle, and then Kyle Pitts against Dawson Knox. I think I have to give the nod to Kittle and Knox. I mean, Travis Kelce has not been that great. Not saying he hasn't been good, because he's been really good, but he hasn't been the Travis Kelce of old. And then Kyle Pitts has just been trash. So, yeah, I'm probably going to give the nod to George Kittle and Dawson Knox by a slight margin. Now, this game is going to be really, really close, I think. We have Justin Tucker against Greg Zuerlein. That could be a wash. And then the Cowboys defense against Washington, and then the Seahawks defense against Houston. I got to go with the Seahawks defense here. So this game is going to be close. Like, Burns is off to a really, really, really good start, and that's why I'm going to go Burns here. I think I have to go Burns. However, Emmanuel Sanders and Tyler Lockett could easily get him 5 or less, 10 or less. I think you're going to see some big games out of Lemke's team. I don't know how many more big games Burns has, so we'll see. But I am going to go Burns here to beat Lemke. So that's what I got. Next, Sam & Co. against Ricky 2000. Again, Sam & Co., all they have to do is win. If Sam & Co. win, they get the first round bye. Ricky 2000 has to win and has to outscore Burns if Burns wins. If Burns loses, then Ricky 2000 can also lose as long as he doesn't get outscored by Burns. So you've got a lot of shit going on here. But taking a look at the matchup, we have Lamar Jackson goes up against the Browns, and then Josh Allen goes up against the Buccaneers. I have to take Josh Allen there. Lamar Jackson has not been that great lately. Josh Allen is going up against a high-scoring offense in Tampa Bay, so it's not going to be a cold, rainy, shit day. I'm taking Josh Allen there, but it's, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson can go for 50 at any point in time, but so can Josh Allen. But so I think Josh Allen outscores Lamar Jackson by 5 to 10. Then I saw Ricky 2000 just picked up Alex Collins. So he has Alex Collins going up against the Texans. And then Sam & Co. has Austin Eckler going up against the Giants. The obvious choice is Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is going to destroy Alex Collins. Alex Collins is terrible. He's just not good. So even if he gets 15 carries, he might go for 40 yards, get him 4 points, 1 first down. You know what I mean? Then we have Josh Jacobs against Najee Harris. Najee Harris already played and got 29.4. Josh Jacobs is not going to get 29.4. You can pretty much lock that up. If the Raiders have a chance of beating Kansas City, Josh Jacobs is going to have a good game, though. So I feel like Josh Jacobs is either going to have a really good game or a really bad game, and there really isn't going to be a whole lot of in between. He is going to be the X factor in this matchup. If Ricky 2000 is going to win, it's going to be because the Raiders kept it close. They kept giving Josh Jacobs the rock. If Kansas City starts beating the shit out of him, you're not going to see a whole hell of a lot of Josh Jacobs, and Josh Jacobs is going to end up with 10 or less, and that's going to kill Ricky 2000. So next we have Elijah Mitchell, who I believe is not playing, ruled out. So he's going to have to throw somebody else in there. Darrell Henderson is also out. Melvin Gordon is game time decision. Kareem Hunt, I think, is playing. Yeah, that's pretty much all you're looking at there. So we'll see what he goes with. But Roofer has Davante Adams. Davante Adams going up against the Bears. And Davante Adams has had a pretty good run against the Bears. So I'm taking Davante Adams over whoever Sam & Co. plays. Then Russell Gage against Carolina for Sam and Co. Against T. Higgins for Roofer. This could go either way. I feel like they're pretty much going to cancel each other out. Either one of them could have a really good week, but T. Higgins has the higher ceiling, I think. Then we have Allen Robinson against DJ Moore. Oh my God. Neither of these guys are like, I don't have a ton of confidence in either of these guys, but if I had to choose one, I'm choosing DJ Moore. Allen Robinson has done nothing this year, not a single thing. Like DJ Moore at least has gotten the ball sometimes, so I'm definitely taking DJ Moore there over Allen Robinson. Then we have TJ Hawkinson against Darren Waller, and I'm pretty sure Darren Waller is out. Oh, that's rough. So, ugh. Okay. And then for defenses, you got Titans against Jacksonville, and then the Browns against Baltimore. So if there's one thing you never want, especially in a tough game, in a big-time game, is your quarterback playing against your own defense. Just something you never want to have. So let me kind of take a look. Oh, they have the Colts defense, and they're also on a bye. So we'll see. I don't know, man. But I'm going to take Roofer in this one. I think Roofer and Burns both win. And then it's going to come down to points. So we'll see. I don't know. Next, we have my matchup, Kaiser Soze against Mr. Fist. This decides the bye week. Whoever loses plays Greasers next week. Whoever wins gets the bye. So to start it, we got Kyler Murray. I'm probably starting Kyler Murray, but I might go Brady, but I'm probably going Kyler. Against Patrick Mahomes. Kyler is against the Rams. I don't like that. Patrick Mahomes is against the Raiders. I don't like that either. I'm probably going to give a slight edge to Mahomes, but if Mahomes, just because we're playing the Raiders and the Raiders suck, but if Mahomes keeps struggling, I mean, that's probably the only chance I have, I think, but I'm going to give Mahomes a slight edge, but not by much. Next, we have Ezekiel Elliott against A.J. Dillon. I'm probably starting A.J. Dillon, but I have a lot of options here. I don't know exactly what my lineup is going to look like, but I know he has Ezekiel Elliott. I need to play people who have higher ceilings. A.J. Dillon does not have a super high ceiling, especially with Aaron Jones back. So I don't know what I'm going to do here, but let's just say I stick with A.J. Dillon. I think Ezekiel Elliott, I got to give Zeke the nod here, although it might not be by that much because Zeke is kind of banged up right now. Even if Tony Pollard doesn't play, I don't have a ton of confidence that Zeke is going to put up, 30 points. So we'll see there, but I might stick with A.J. Dillon. Next, we have Javonte Williams against Alvin Kamara. Yeah. I have Jonathan Taylor on a fucking bye week this week. So, it is what it is. I knew it was going to happen. It sucks that I'm in this situation, but, it is what it is. So, Javonte against Alvin Kamara. I'm going to go Alvin Kamara here. They're against the Jets. I have Javonte against Detroit, but if Melvin Gordon is back, you're going to see that timeshare again. So we'll see. But I'm going to give the nod to Alvin Kamara. Next, we have Joe Mixon against DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is going to have Jalen Ramsey on him the whole fucking game again. DeAndre Hopkins against Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is game time decision, but it sounds like he'll play. If he does play, they're playing the Niners. So I'm going to give Joe Mixon the nod there as long as he plays. I have to give Joe Mixon the nod there. Next, we have Justin Jefferson against Tyreek Hill. Justin Jefferson already played, got me 17.5. He probably should have had 200 yards and 3 fucking touchdowns. If anybody watched that game, he had 3 other touchdowns on his fingertips. And it just, he had a decent game, but it wasn't as good as it could have been. All I need Tyreek Hill to not murder me like he did last time. If Tyreek Hill scores between 20 and 25 points, I'll be pretty happy. And I think I can keep it within striking distance. We'll see. But I am going to give the nod to Tyreek Hill there. Next, we have Cooper Kupp against CeeDee Lamb. Um, Cooper Kupp has been awesome. CeeDee Lamb is also awesome. I'm going to give the nod to Cooper Kupp. It's probably the first. It is the first position that I think I have him in. So I think you know where I'm leaning as far as who's going to win. CeeDee Lamb is a playmaker. He's awesome though, so he could win. And then Mark Andrews against Gronk. Gronk will score at least one touchdown in this fucking game. I know that. So I'm going to need a really good game out of Mark Andrews in order for me to have a chance. I don't know if it's going to happen. Then we have the Saints defense against the Jets. For me, he has the Giants defense right now against the Chargers, so I would take my defense. Yeah, he has the Patriots defense on a bye. Like I said, I have Jonathan Taylor's on a bye, so that really hurts me and it hurts my lineup. The other thing that sucks is I have Kyler Murray, I have DeAndre Hopkins, and I have Cooper Kupp all playing Monday night. There's one thing I don't like doing, it's playing from behind. Obviously, I want to start my best players. I don't like three of my best players playing at the same time. And I don't like them all playing on Monday night because I know I'm going to be playing from behind, and I just don't like losing until I'm winning. I don't like doing that. But we'll see what happens, but I'm going to take Gar in this one over me. His lineup is really good. All right, next we have Greasers against Pump and Munch. I'm not going to spend too much time here. There's no out. The outcome of this game has no bearing on anything, so I'm going to take Greasers here because, Yacha's team sucks. All right, next we have Fresh Prince of Bel-Air against Shit the Bed Fred. Again, I'm not going to spend too much time here, but I think I'm probably going to take. I'll probably take Prusky here. I don't know. I'm not going to go through the matchups. So, if my predictions all come true, that would give Sam and Co. the bye week, and then Lemke would play either Burns or Roofer in the first round, depending on who scores the most points. And then in my division, it would give Gar the first round bye, and then I would be playing Greasers next week in the playoffs. And I'm pretty sure I've played the Greasers in the playoffs like each of the last 3 years. So we'll see what happens, but really excited to see what happens this week, see what happens going into next week, into the playoffs. I'll try to get the brackets up as soon as I can. But yeah, everybody, good luck, stay safe, stay healthy.